What's up, guys? It's me again. On April 5th, 2024, it's 9:39 p.m. right now. An earthquake just happened. That's why that's fallen. If you guys don't know, the East Coast just hit a earthquake, 4.8. No, nothing happened here. A couple things in my house fell, but minimal damage done. But and an aftershock a couple 4 hours ago, almost 4 hours ago. But I'm safe. My family is safe, and we're good. First thing that happened when I woke up, I felt the earthquake. I came downstairs, and I just was in the living room, and yeah, I wanted to watch TV, but then the earthquake happened. So yeah, and I want to see. I know it was a 4.8 earthquake, but I want to see if there's anything actually that's not anything that's actually weird. I know it happened in New York. If I have anyone watching in New York, I know you guys probably felt it as well. And in Pennsylvania, I think, like Philadelphia, DC, or Washington, DC, but yeah, hopefully nothing happens to them tonight. I swear, if something happens to them, I'm gonna be so mad. I just wake up, an earthquake just happens. It just casually happens, and I have to go outside. That's why my mom always tells me if something bad happens, go outside. But I'm gonna, for some reason, watch. I'm on the computer. I'm gonna see if I can find anything about a lot of people are talking about the earthquake. That's the only news here right now. I'm just gonna look for the earthquake stuff. I guess I found something, because I want to see if it's bad.
Also hit central New Jersey, sending tremors throughout much of the Northeast that millions of people felt. Michael George is in Times Square with reaction. A camera on the top of the Statue of Liberty shows the effects of the 4.8 magnitude earthquake.
That head was shaking. Wow.
These dogs jumped to attention as the shaking rocked homes. And a meeting at the United Nations was briefly interrupted.
You're making grounds.
Initially, many thought the shaking was caused by something else.
Yeah, I also thought that.
I don't think it is, but I think it's just the construction. It's very weird.
Yeah, I thought it was something else. I didn't think it was an earthquake, because I've never lived through an earthquake.
To the Northeast, though it caused minimal damage. Safety crews here in New York City are checking buildings and bridges to make sure they didn't suffer any structural damage.
The earthquake that just hit New Jersey is one of the largest that's ever hit the New York City area.
Dr. Judith Hubbard is a geologist that specializes in earthquakes. She says the ground in this area causes more widespread shaking compared to
Because I didn't really feel it that much. I don't know if people in Philadelphia and New York felt it, because I was in New Jersey. I live in New Jersey. But I don't know, I didn't really feel it that much. It didn't, because I was just sitting down, and I was
for aftershocks.
But we're ready for the unexpected. This is New York City.
yeah, so, I don't know.
Experts say there's a small chance of an even larger earthquake in the months ahead.
Not great.
The strongest earthquake to hit the East Coast in decades was back in 2011. struck Virginia, cracking the Washington Monument.
Alright, I found another one. But the thing is, my house wasn't really shaking that much. It was like, kind of like, a little bit like that. It wasn't like, it was only like, for me, like a minute. So, I don't know. But I'm safe, that's all. This Statue of Liberty was shaking. I'm surprised like none of my stuff in my room or up here, like the Legos. The only really Lego fell was that one. This one right here. And it didn't really like fall to the ground, so Manhattan was shaking. Oof. I'm gonna read one of the comments here that this guy says on one of the videos that I found. This was a once in a lifetime experience for me. As this happened, I was sitting on my couch and I thought a large vehicle was passing by my house, but then I realized a couple seconds later it was an earthquake. What a historical moment for New York and New Jersey. Yeah, I was also sitting on my couch. And this guy says probably not a once in a lifetime experience. And like, yeah, there. Alright, I'm gonna try to find another video. I found a different one. First, I don't even know why I'm doing this, just watching news about this, but I just don't want, I'm not trying to watch the news. I just want to find out more about stuff about this earthquake.
And I'm Alice Gaynor in for Christine Johnson. The earthquake was a 4.8 magnitude and it happened at 10:23 this morning.
Yeah, that's basically, I woke up at like 10:20. Yeah, but some of the picture frames in my house also fell.
The epicenter of the earthquake was in White House Station, that's in Reddington, New.
What? Look at this thing. Alright. So you have this.
A camera shaking at the top of the Statue of Liberty, and even a water main break in Randolph, New Jersey, like a geyser. Water spewing into the air.
The epicenter of the earthquake was in White
Look
House
at that.
Station, that's in Reddington. There are no reports
Oh gosh, I
of
paused
any
it.
injuries, but some damage.
Okay, good. There weren't
Already
really
we've had 3
injuries.
aftershocks, but they've all been minor.
Thankfully,
The White House. I saw something about the
They've
White
all been
House.
minor. We've had 3 aftershocks, but they've all been minor.
Thankfully, and we have team coverage
Right.
for you. All of our reporters spread out across the tri-state, from the epicenter to the city, Westchester and Long Island. Let us begin with CBS 2's Christine Sloan live at the epicenter in Reddington, New Jersey, where they sure felt it, Christine.
Well, they sure did, Maurice and Alice. It felt like a freight train hitting homes in this area. I can tell you that I felt it for nearly 20 seconds, and it was kind of scary. I had no idea what was going on here in Reddington.
Yeah, same.
Crews were immediately
I don't live in
on the
Reddington,
road
though.
assessing the damage.
This stuff is awesome. Oh, and there's something going on. Oh, something is actually happening. And it feels like we are having an earthquake here.
A store owner doing an Instagram live stream rattled by the 4.8 earthquake that shook the ground just after 10:30 Friday morning. In Reddington, New Jersey, the epicenter of the quake, a tree crashing down right on Roosevelt Road right after the jolt.
It felt like 50 enormous trees falling around my house and on my house. And I thought,
that the roof was going to collapse in and then the walls were going to come in. So I ran downstairs when I realized it was an earthquake. Because we'd had a
I think this is a
earthquake here
boring
couple
video. You
weeks
guys
ago.
are just staring at my
An historical
face.
site in the township also damaged. The upper portion of the grist mill, built in 1760, collapsing. Emergency crews, the mayor says, also responding to dozens of gas leaks in the township.
Gas
but there have
leaks.
been no reports of injuries.
Obviously, when it
yeah,
first happened, there was a lot of calls to 911. Nobody knew what was happening. So we tried to get that out on our township social media page immediately, that it was indeed an earthquake, and encourage residents not to call 911 unless it was an emergency.
So,
Bruh.
what will be best for your girl? We are on the Ramapo fault line, and this is the strongest earthquake to hit this area in years. And of course, the concern always is
Really?
aftershocks, which we have not felt so far. We're live in Reddington, New Jersey. Christine Sloan.
Already fell in
CBS 2 News.
aftershock.
Okay, Christine, thank you.
Over to Newark now, where authorities say several homes are compromised because their foundations may have shifted due to the earthquake.
Dozens of people have been evacuated. CBS 2's Natalie Duddridge live at the scene now with the latest. Natalie.
Maurice Allen,
Whoa.
that's right, 25
Bro,
adults,
there's
40
literally,
children
like,
figuring out where they will
it looks
stay
like,
tonight. And that's
crime
because
scene
three
stuff.
properties suffered
Look
structural.
at
The Office of Emergency Management. They say this is due to the earthquake. We're zooming in. You can see just how close these roofs are. It looks like they crunched together now. A man showed up here saying he is a homeowner. He says some damage was already there, but residents tell us they have never seen the house look like this.
That
They've
is
never seen
actually
these roofs touching
wild.
like this.
I mean, my house, I guess it's safe. I mean, I haven't really gone outside.
Vibrations to this multi-family
So-
home on 7th Avenue and 3rd Street.
I heard this rumbling, so I figured it was outside. I figured something happened outside, so I didn't pay any attention to it. So about half an hour later, the fire department comes, they said, you gotta leave.
He
I'm tired.
evacuated along with his 2 cats, their crates. Once outside, he saw his house was almost leaning into a neighboring home. He says there used to be a foot or two between them, but now you can see damage where the roofs are touching.
They shifted. I get the vibrations ready to move. I was just talking to the building inspector. He's out here.
What did he say?
That the foundations.
Authorities confirmed 3 buildings, 313, 315, and 317 7th Avenue, have been deemed unsafe, prompting the relocation of 10 families, including 25 adults and 3 children.
To see this is something. It's crazy.
Homeless outreach services have been deployed to assist displaced families, ensuring they have somewhere to go. All right, so you can see a red tag there on the door that has deemed the building unsafe, but the next building over, a resident was just in there grabbing some of their belongings. We are told that that is the problem house, 315 there, deemed structurally unsafe. The 2 homes next to it, they have been deemed structurally okay, but they are at risk due to 315 here. So again, residents anxiously awaiting to determine if and when they will be able to come home. But in the meantime, the Red Cross is helping those 28 adults and children out tonight in Newark. Natalie Duddridge, CBS 2 News.
Wow. Natalie, thank you.
Mayor Adams gathered the city's top officials to coordinate the response to the quake.
CBS 2's Jennifer Bisram is live at the city's Emergency Management Department in downtown Brooklyn with more. Jennifer?
Hi, Maurice and Alice. Less than 2 hours after that 4.8 magnitude earthquake hit our area, city officials all gathered here at the Office of Emergency Management to update New Yorkers. The mayor saying there was no structural damage reported, nothing major, and no major injuries as well. He told New Yorkers to go about their business. We're New Yorkers. It's what we do. 10:23 Friday morning, a 4.8 magnitude earthquake in New Jersey could be felt and seen in homes, through doorbell and traffic cameras, and even inside of a UN Security Council meeting in the New York City area.
We activated our protocols for this earthquake. We immediately started coordinating with all city, state, federal, and our utility partners. Public notifications
The way
were
that
sent
I
both
knew
by Notify NYC
that, like,
and our
the way
wireless
that
emergency alert system.
like, I was like, I thought something was weird, because I heard, like, the chandelier and some, like, glass, glass cups that I have, like, in the dining room,
so if reports do
and it was, like, shaking.
we will be ready to respond.
So, yeah, basically, like, the chandelier
Mayor Eric
helped
Adams
us.
encouraged New Yorkers to go about their day and gave some guidance
for earthquake.
And if you feel an aftershock, drop to the floor, cover your head and neck, and take cover under a solid piece of furniture next to an interior wall or in a doorway.
Governor Kathy Hochul also addressing the rare tremor that rattled the area.
We're taking this extremely seriously, and here's why. There is always the possibility of aftershocks.
No major aftershocks from the earthquake were reported, but it was shocking to many, including 6-year-old Trinity Morales, who was in school.
My class was scared, so my friends, they went next to me and gave me a hug.
Hi, I'm happy I was not in school. I was on break.
Special birthday for her. She said everyone just hugged each other in her classroom. Now, city officials say if you do see any cracks or damage in your home and your business, to call 311 right away. In downtown Brooklyn, Jennifer Bisram, CBS 2 News.
Birthday she'll never forget. That's right, Jennifer. Thank you.
Truly. Well, to Randolph, New Jersey now, where the quake is being blamed for a water main break.
Yeah, it sent water gushing into the middle of a street, and CBS 2's Shosh Bedrosian is live there with the impact. Shosh?
Well, things are certainly looking better for this community at this point, but for the last few hours here, residents here on Pleasant Hill Road in Randolph have been dealing with the impacts of that water main break. Take a look over my shoulder. Crews are currently on scene right now. You can see this water main break made this road passable just previously. Earlier in the day, water was rushing down it, and residents tell us the pressure of the water was at its highest point for more than an hour.
It was like a fountain, like a geyser, just water spewing.
Wow.
For an hour and a half, resident Lisa Narcisse says she watched this water main break gush water completely soaking the house across the street.
I had looked out the front and I saw drifting down like a river.
Residents described
At
the
that
street
point,
as
that's basically like a
The road is
flood.
now completely impassable with water running down the street. The head of the Morris County Municipal Utility Authority says the 4.8 magnitude earthquake most likely caused the 24-inch main to break.
It was pretty scary. I felt rumbling. I almost felt like the house kind of came up out of the ground.
Narcisse says the break happened around 1 p.m., just a few hours after the earthquake. But now more than 80 homes have little to no water, and residents are now being told to boil their water.
They said the water's definitely not working. I had filled up big garbage barrels of water while my water was still running.
There's one simple video anyone can use.
Residents say this is the second time this has happened within the last 10 years where this water main break happened. At that point, they were out of water for several days, and right now there's no estimation of when water will be restored. In Randolph, New Jersey, I'm Shosh Bedrosian, CBS 2 News.
Okay, quite a picture there, Shosh. Thank you.
Back here to Manhattan, where people could feel the shake and rumble of the ground this morning.
CBS 2's Dave Carlin spoke with people who described what it was like when the earth started moving.
Here in Manhattan, when the ground started to shake, some might compare it to the vibration felt here.
I was home on 57th Street. I thought it was a truck from outside.
When did you realize it was an earthquake? When did you know that?
When I got the alert.
I was just sitting there waiting for the doctor, and I just kind of felt like boom, 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 boom.
I was in the chair getting a haircut. All of a sudden, I feel the ground shaking. I thought it was the train. I had one like 10 years ago, a minor one.
Well, how did this one feel compared to that?
This one was much stronger.
Well, my girlfriend woke me up.
I noticed the earthquake when I was downstairs and I heard Chandelier.
She asked me what was happening. I felt the bed shaking, so I was like, oh, it's probably an earthquake. And then I just went right back to sleep. It's my day off, so I needed to sleep.
I just felt everything swaying, and that it was very unusual. I went back to work. I thought the train, because then when I looked at my phone, I thought the trains were not going to be running, because I thought when I saw it was an actual earthquake, I'm like, oh God, the trains are going to be.
I thought it was 4.7. Apparently not 4.8.
Did you feel it? Did you feel it? Did you feel it? I felt everything. I felt like the building was going to come down, and I was not a ripple, nothing. You know, there was an earthquake in Queens a few years ago, and I felt that. I was in my kitchen and I felt it was tiny, and I didn't feel this one.
Not feeling the earthquake at all? Some call that a good thing. Dave Carlin, CBS 2 News.
That's incredible.
I gotta say, I thought it was a little bit more jarring when we got the alert, like 40 minutes later, right? That was jarring.
Wow. When I was in the kitchen, we live in like a brownstone.
Yes.
I thought it was one of those gas
Thing
explosions
is, like,
about to happen.
that was unexpected because, like,
You know, the house is rattling.
I get it, like, in the West Coast, like in California,
Right? That was the first thought. Plates are
it's
shaking,
like,
and then my wife and I ran
I
out of
think
the
it's
house,
like
and
not
everyone else
rare.
outside was like, okay, earthquake,
Like,
and we
it
kinda
happens a
calmed
lot
down.
in
But,
California.
we've had gas
But here in
explosions
New
here.
Jersey, it, like,
It's a
never
real
happens.
thing.
It doesn't
But,
happen a
the
lot.
train, the jackhammer,
It's pretty rare.
the bus, all
So,
that came to mind as well. But oh my
that
god,
was
I thought it was
unexpected.
construction at the top of my building. And I was like, oh man, I hope nobody got injured or equipment fell. And I looked at the dog. I'm like, he's not moving. He's good.
My
So
dog
there
didn't react at
couldn't
all.
be anything.
She reacted when we opened the door, and she could smell other dogs outside, but that's a whole other story. Lonnie, you had a similar thing with your dog, except your dog came to life.
Yeah, my dog definitely came to life. He's not a big barker, started barking, and he was sort of pacing around. I was sound asleep prior to that. Sound asleep. And this sort of woke me up, shook me out of bed, if you will. And yeah, just went through the whole thought process as
Alright,
in my mind
guys.
about what this could be. I tell you,
I've
you
learned
land on-
everything
it's an earthquake,
about
and
this, I guess.
Look, a big
Never mind.
hitter for our area, a 4.8, 1023, 4.7 kilometers below the surface of the earth. That's where the plates were rattling out there. And look at the reports, okay? Did you feel the earthquake?
Yes.
Somebody in Maine felt it enough to call the authorities and say, what's going on with things shaking out here? Upstate New York, you betcha, all the way down towards Washington, D.C. And look, the focus is in our area. I mean, it was in our backyard, right about 45 miles west of New York City. I'm here, like, in the vicinity of Stamford, a little bit closer to New Haven. But I'm another 45 miles as the crow flies. So it's like a
You guys,
9-mile span between
I feel
me and
like
that
you guys would
earthquake.
say, like,
I
this
felt
video
it
is boring.
pretty significantly where I was. I'm wondering
I know.
what this thing,
You
like, how
guys
much
are
more
just
intense
looking
it
at
was
my
if you were
face.
right there on top of it. You can attribute it to the Ramapo fault line. I mean, it's always got some activity.
You guys are
It's
just
some
waiting for a
activity.
reaction.
Look at a current seismic monitor. This is the sort of picture that you expect, right? With the activity out on the West Coast, it's always picking up something. On our area, still pick up on a little something, but it's more of like a little quiver out there. A lot of folks aren't feeling anything right now, and they do think it's a low chance, but not a 0% chance for some aftershocks. They would be weaker.
Yeah, we already felt an aftershock. But at the time I'm recording this video, I already felt one like 4 hours ago. Or no, not even 4 hours ago, almost 5 hours ago.
5.0 was 1884. They say that happens about every 100 years or so. This was 140 years, but kind of on track with where we should be. The record remains in the book at 5.3 from November 29th, 1783. Now, those are estimated numbers, right? Didn't have the equipment we have today, but that stays in the record books. More complete weather report, but we're talking earthquakes right now. It's all yours.
Thank you, Lonnie.
So, I think I've heard enough. I hope all the people who have, like,
Plus, baseball is back in the Bronx. We're live at the
Hold
home
up.
opener for the Yankees and the players' reactions to the earthquake right before the game.
And more video
There was a
of
game
scenes
today?
when the earthquake struck
The
Manville, New
Yankees?
Jersey. We've seen a lot of this today.
I know they're a baseball
Scared
team.
and confused, except
And I know
Alice
New
is
York City
mine.
FC in the MLS, Major League Soccer.
Our dog stayed calm.
I know the New York City FC in the MLS, they also play there. But they don't play today. They play like tomorrow.
CBSNewYork.com/photos. We'll have much more on the Northeast earthquake coming up.
Alright guys, so that will close the video. I hope all the people in New York or in the East Coast or all over, like, where something like this can happen, like in California or anywhere where earthquakes can happen or any natural hazards. I hope you all have a great night, great day, great everything.